This is chapter 8 of CMADD, various concepts of audit. In this chapter, we learn about different concepts of audit. Now, when we are talking about audit, usually statutory audit comes to our mind. Statutory audit is the audit of financial statement. The it ensures, or it is an audit that gives an assurance that the financial statements and the notes to accounts and the disclosures made in that financial statement is proper, true, and fair. They are representing a true and fair view of the position and performance of the company. However, that is not the only type of audit. There are different types of audit. Some are a new concept compared to the statutory audit. However, some are very important in this time. The first thing that we learn here is what is and why do we need audit. So first, we'll get to know the framework about different types of audit. As per Companies Act, there are four audits prescribed in the Companies Act. The statutory audit, you all know that. Then there's internal audit of the internal controls of the company. Then comes the cost audit, which you'll get to know, and the secretarial audit. That company secretary is usually appointed to do. Secretarial audit is done by the practicing company secretary only and not by a chartered accountant. However, when you're talking about statutory audit, it is done by a chartered accountant, practicing chartered accountant at that. And for the internal audit, any professional can do it. Okay. Coming back here, so there is corporate governance audit that we'll see, secretarial audit, internal audit, CSR audit, and such other audits that we learn about today. We are not discussing in depth about statutory audit because it would be covered in others, and a company secretary is not actually the one doing the statutory audit. The first audit is corporate governance audit. Before talking about corporate governance audit, we should know what is a corporate governance. So, corporate governance is a strategic activity that ensures that all necessary processes for directing and controlling the business enterprise are implemented effectively. So, if you know the concept of corporate governance, you can know about the corporate governance audit. Corporate governance is whether the activities and processes are implemented, is executed properly or not, is there any loophole, etc. So, corporate governance audit is checking whether corporate governance is appropriate, is well defined, and the company has a good corporate governance overall. Now, corporate governance is about ethical conduct of business, and it is all about transparency, integrity, and accountability. Now, as a shareholder of a company, you would want that the transactions of the company is transparent, that you know what other information is there and the important material informations about that, right? Accountability and integrity. Now, a company should be accountable for whatever it's doing and should have integrity. It ensures corporate governance is for ensuring that there is fairness to all stakeholders. Stakeholders means like you have central government, you have the society, you have your shareholders, you have the creditors, you have the debtors. So corporate governance is basically letting your all the stakeholders know or let on any information that is material and which you are sharing to any one of the stakeholders. It should be shared to all of them, right? So that there is no difference, there is no biasness. And like here also comes the insider trading or the unpublished price sensitive information part, but that's not actually covered here in depth. Now, corporate governance audit, this is basically for listed companies. Not all the companies actually have this conducted. It is recommended, but for the listed company it is highly recommended, because when you're listed, your compliance liability, your corporate governance expectations are increased, drastically increased. So as per SEBI LODR Schedule 2, it provides you that like regulations about corporate governance. These have aligned with India's corporate governance design with developed countries. Now here you would see the what is the need of the corporate governance. The need is also specified here because the stakeholders do not like surprises. So मेरा फोन कितना चार्ज है देखो, बत्ती था क्या तो देर से लगा हुआ है. स्टॉप स्ट्रीमिंग, इसको भी डिलीट करना पड़ेगा.